don't know if we're on yet, but we'll see in a second.
I just got a notification on my phone.
Oh
Bearded
my gosh.
Hops
Oh my gosh, Beard House is live right
is
now.
live.
Holy crap. Hey, what is up? Yeah, everybody, it's Adam and Chad, and we are doing a Bearded Hops. What are you drinking episode?
So this will be kind of a shoot from the hip kind of episode, but we're going to try to do this every week. And if our third appendage can join us, Jake, then
wow, I was going to say. Didn't know where we were going with that one, but yeah, okay. Jake.
If he can join us, Jake will join us. If not, Adam and I will just kind of go through what we've done in the past week.
Yeah, so
current on our alcohol consumption and liver killing.
Right, because if you've seen any of our shows lately, we've been doing interviews. Those shows tend to last a couple hours, and something we used to do on the show all the time was talk about what we've had to drink lately, what we liked, what we didn't like, and what we're looking forward to drinking. And we can't do that now. So figured we would come on and just do it here. So, of course, I'd already missed this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
My name is Chad.
There's Chad over there, and of course I am.
My name is Adam, and I've had enough.
I swear it sounds like I'm going to murder everybody. So, what are you drinking right now, Chad?
Right now on the show, I have a Shiner Bock. This is just a good
old Shiner Bock.
Good old just standby. I typically have it in the refrigerator. This and New Glarus Spotted Cow are the two that are usually in my refrigerator just to when I want to go grab something and not think about it. Shiner Bock or New Glarus Spotted Cow. Today it's Shiner Bock.
Nice. Yeah, I am having one I have not had in ages. And this was actually, I'm told, this is kind of what got the pale ale into Chicago. Before, Chicago was pretty much a lager Pilsner town. But I got Daisy Cutter by Half Acre Brewing in Chicago. And it's pretty good. It's really good. It's been a long time, Daisy, and your Cutters.
Now, so Shiner is in Shiner, Texas. That's fairly easy. Where is Half Acre Brewing actually located? Are they Chicago proper or are they in a suburb?
They are Chi-Town proper, but brewed doesn't say. They don't give an address here. I'm sure if you visit their website, you'll have Acre. They'll tell you. This is a 5.2 ABV.
5.2 ABV.
ABV.
I don't think Shiner puts that on their bottle. Let's see.
They don't put ABV on their bottle?
I don't think so.
They had to. Well, whatever.
Nope. In fact, I was just looking. I was just at a store making a purchase, which we can talk about shortly. I was talking to a gentleman who worked for the local distributor, and I was showing him a bottle of Dogfish Head Fruit Fort, which is an 18% beer. And I was looking all over the bottle trying to show him that it was 18%, and I couldn't because it's not there.
So you just made all that required. You made all that up. So what are some beers you've had this week? Actually, let me talk. There's one beer that I've had that we were very excited to have. Jake, my wife, and I, we were able to go out and find this baby.
You all had a good time together, huh?
Yeah, the Bourbon County Brown Stout Proprietors. Put it in front of my face. There we go. Proprietors. And the place we went to, you had to drink there. So,
but look at that. I can barely see you, by the way.
Good,
in this view, I can. You're like an inch. The whole screen of where you're at is like an inch wide.
Size, not the size. It's how you shake it. So I. Oh God. So yeah, we had that. It was forking delicious. There was a Goose Island tap takeover at Half Day Brewing in Lincolnshire, Illinois, and they had. Originally they did have the reserve, but by the time we got there, they ran out. And then they did have pretty much all of them on tap. So we got to try most of them.
That's pretty cool. Do you know which one between the proprietors and the reserve, which one is considered more rare?
Well, I can tell you that I always thought it was proprietors, but the reserve, I think I'm thinking the other way around. I'm trying to remember. I think the reserve was more expensive there. This bottle, just to give you an idea, this bottle is what, a regular. What is this? What is this? What is this? Come on, tell me.
Just a pint, isn't it?
I think so.
Pretty sure.
14.4 ABV. It is 1.9 fluid pints.
Oh, it's a pint 9. Okay.
This was $55. We split that 3 ways. We didn't all get our own bottle. Yeah. I think I want to say that was more expensive. The reserve was like $60 or something like that, I think. So.
Well, I mean, I guess the prices on eBay are fairly accurate then. I mean, if you're buying it secondhand, the eBay prices are a little bit inflated, like 80 to 100. So, I mean, if that's what you're paying across the bar, then eBay is going to be more expensive. So,
yeah, and I had no idea what the price was when we got there. You know, so we get sit there, and we get the sheet, and my wife had called ahead to make sure they still had it when we went there, and I'm like, oh shit, because she was gonna get a bottle, I was gonna get a bottle, and Jake was gonna get a bottle. They were like, let's all split this 3 ways.
Yeah, what was that? That'd be $165.
Yeah,
for 3 bottles.
And then the tasters were like $12. So,
well, yeah, that's what they were at the Vine when we went there.
Yeah,
for like a 5 or 6 ounce.
So that's one of the better ones that I've had. I mean, it was lately. I'm saying that was really, 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 really good find. So
really, really super good.
It was super delish, and it was really nice. What about you, Cadillac?
Well, my favorite one. I'm going to go back. I won't go back to go through everything I've had in the last 2 weeks.
Please no, because it's going to take forever.
I know my list is always long and distinguished.
Okay.
But we were just talking
Short and
before
stubby,
we went on the air about Crystal Lake Brewing.
Yes.
And how badly I want to go there. Now, about 2 weeks ago, on the 19th of January, I had the Boathouse Reserve Bourbon Barrel Aged Barley Wine 2018.
Good, wasn't it? I know.
So good.
The thing is, I've known of Crystal Lake Brewing. They're about 40 minutes away from me. I've never gone to visit. I'm planning to change that very soon. But Jake and I ran across that when we were looking for Death Star, Vanilla Death, and I was really surprised at how really good it was. It really did surprise me.
Now, that one breached the secret scale for me.
Oh, we have a breach.
Yes. So, for any of you that don't know, we use the untapped scale of 0.25 to 5.
Just because it's easier.
Yeah, because I don't think you can rate anything as 0.
No.
If you don't put a rating, I guess that'd be a 0.
Yes, ma'am.
But I don't think people use it that way. So 0.25 to 5 is the untapped scale. Now, I've come up with an idea to make super, super special beers into this secret scale.
Air quotes.
Where I can only rate it a 5 on Untapped, but if you look at the notes, if it's in the secret scale, you'll see 525, 519, 5. We get really, really fine with the secret scale. And the Bourbon Barrel Aged Barley Wine by Boathouse Reserve, which I just had another one today by the Fermentorium, but this one was better. The Boathouse one ranked on my secret scale at a 5.5.
So the Fermentorium, they do have their own beer?
Yes.
Oh, so they're a little brewery too.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't get that. Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah. No, it is a brewery.
Huh.
It's a brewery.
But is that the only place you can get their beers? Like, if you go to a local store there, can you get?
Yes, you can get them. I've seen them at Woodman's, Piggly Wiggly.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, right then.
I just gotta do number 2.
They do distribute southeast Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I
I did have another Crystal Lake this week, actually last night.
Oh yeah.
I kept seeing Crystal Lake Brewing like come up on my Twitter. Beerded Hops, by the way, if you want to follow along on Twitter. It's probably one of the only.
too.
It's one of the only social medias that we actually use on a continual basis is Twitter. We're hit and miss on Instagram, and our Facebook page is pretty much not existent anymore. But I kept seeing their stuff come. I'm like, well, fine, I'll go get some. And I got their Wake Maker. And I think this would be a good one. Chad, you can try it this weekend for the boat because it's a 4.8, I think it is. So it's sessionable.
Oh, yeah.
It's a low ABV, but it's good flavor, man. It's a good IPA flavor to it. So I was thinking when I was drinking, I was like, that's some boat shit right there. You can drink it, enjoy it, and not get fucked up.
Hell yeah.
So that was a good one.
Get a nice day buzz out of that. Not get drunk.
Yeah, that you can get around here. You can get anywhere. I got that at Meijer, a 6-pack of that, like $8. So it's pretty all over the place around here. But now they have their barrel age, which we've known are good now. Another one I also tried this week was a Brut IPA by Sierra Nevada. They have, I want to say they were one of the first to actually mass produce a Brut. But I put it in the check-in that it was not as good as Brut Hero by Revolution. Revolution's Brut Hero is just, so far, probably the better Bruts that I've partaken of.
Yeah, I mean, I have not experienced a wide variety of Brut IPAs, but the Anti-Hero or the Brut IPA from Revolution, Brut Hero, is friggin' delicious. I do like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I love the Crystal Lake Brewing. I love their boat theme. So, I mean, as a boat guy, obviously I gravitate towards the name, but beyond the name, the two that I've had, the barley wine and the stout, the Imperial Stout, were fantastic.
Yeah, they were good. Because a lot of times these smaller breweries, when they do attempt the barrel aged, it's just not as much flavor as the big boys, like as like Founders and Goose and Revolution. For whatever reason, I found them not to have nearly as much flavor. When I had that Crystal Lake, I was like, damn, that's really good. I was really surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. So I think I have 2 more cans, I think. So,
Well, we can always go get more.
well, Jake was saying he can't find the barley wine anymore, but the other ones he's able to find. So
Well, I bet if we go to the brewery, we could find it.
that's true. Very true. Very, very true. Very true. I was trying to look up if Crystal Lake Brewing was on the lake, but they're not. They're downtown Crystal Lake. So, yeah.
Sweet.
What else?
Well, if I go back and look at just my last week, actually I don't have I mean, there's more than it seems because I just did a flight today, but I've not drank every day this week, so
Now, the new Hop Slam came out.
yes. I looked for it today, didn't see it.
Yeah. Well, when you come down here this weekend for the Super Bowl, you can have a can. I had it, a couple days ago. And it is different, put it that way. A little bit more sweet, but a little bit more bitter than I remember last year's being. But
Yeah.
still good. I think I gave it a 4, which I think I gave last year's a 4.25. So
Fairly consistent.
yeah, it's not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Well, we could jump to beer news if you want.
Oh, we haven't even gone through the beers we drank this week.
Look, you just said you didn't drink that many.
No, I drank a lot.
Okay,
I
fine.
said there were a couple of days that I didn't drink. That doesn't mean I didn't drink a lot.
Touche. One thing we did have at Half Day Brewing when we went for the Goose, they actually have a barrel aged beer. They have an imperial stout called Warrior Paint. And so then they have a barrel aged Warrior Paint, and that was actually very, very good as well. Crystal Lake, I think, is better, but it was still per good. I'll say Armchair Quarterback by Three Chiefs.
Nice. Oh yeah, I've had that before too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Very good.
Well, I had so I'll start with last Friday.
Oh boy, everybody buckle up. It's gonna be a while.
I'm not going to talk about I'll mention each one, but I'm not going to talk about every single one.
Uh-huh.
So last Friday, Friday morning beer review. Check it out.
Friday.
Check it out. Friday morning beer review. I'm starting to get a little more creative with some of the editing of Friday morning beer review. It's kind of fun.
Because it's Friday.
I did the first of a 2-part series from Raised Grain Brewing in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Raise the grain.
They've got a 4-pack that they sell. But it's a 2 variety 4-pack. So there's 2 of each.
Okay.
The first one, it's a series called Breakfast for Kings. The first one, the first king, is a cinnamon and bourbon barrel aged coffee bean beer. That was super delish. Gave that a 4.75. And then I'll skip ahead to this Friday. This morning, released the second of the Breakfast for Kings, the nutmeg and maple syrup. I gave this a 4.5. So if you happen to see this 2 variety 4-pack, grab it and don't drink it cold because it's so much better as it gets to room temperature.
Should put it in the microwave?
No, don't microwave that shit.
Okay.
I was on a work trip over the weekend, and I went to Sea Dog Brewing, which is a brewery that actually started in Portland, Maine, but they've got a brewery in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, which is Disney area. And I went there, did a flight, had a Sea Dog Monkey Fist IPA.
My balls was hot.
Maple Bacon Stout. That was interesting. Not exceptional, but good. It was a 3.5.
Maple bacon.
Maple Bacon Stout.
All right.
Then I had a really interesting one, an Eggnog White Porter.
That doesn't sound good to me.
I didn't think it'd be good either, but I do like eggnog. But eggnog beer, I was like, I don't know about that. But this one, it's a sister brewery of Sea Dog called Shipyard, and it was really good. That was a 4.
Is there lactose in that? It's like when I think of eggnog, kind of milky. Like, did you taste eggnog-ish in there or no?
Yeah, you could taste the eggnog. My comment was, holy shit, I don't even know what's happening right now. Eggnog, vanilla, ale, smooth as silk, a porter? ? What?
That escalated quickly.
Delicious. And I gave it a 4 because it's super unique. There's no information on it on Untapped. I don't know if it's a lactose beer or not.
Huh.
Then I had a golden ale that was aged on bourbon barrels. That was not great.
Not great.
That fell below a 3, so it's not one I would buy.
Wah, wah.
I had their traditional export ale, which is their flagship. I mean, that was a 3. It was good. I mean, it's good enough to drink anytime. Pink Lemonade Blonde. Treasure Island Amber Ale, Summer Delight, which is a porter. And then back to the hotel. I got one of these for you, Adam. This is a Brew Link Brewing Ivory Stout. It's a white stout.
Ooh. Oh, I remember you talking about that one.
Yeah, so I bought it because white stout. I thought of Casper right away.
Yep.
And if you've listened to early shows, a couple years ago, I love Casper.
I went on a Nerdgasm.
I did. and I bought it because I had a nerdgasm about white stouts. But it was okay. I mean, it's nowhere near a Casper, so it was a 3.5. Then I had a couple of airport beers. Don't need to talk about those.
Airport bears.
And then just today for lunch, I went to the Fermentorium, which is a nano brewery in Cedarburg, Wisconsin, about 20 miles away from me.
Cedarburg.
And I had a new style of beer that I've never had before today.
Yes. I want to try it.
It's called a Gruit. So it looks like the word fruit, but with a G. But I asked the brewer there, and he said that it's actually pronounced Gruit. So it's a Gruit Ancient Herbed Ale. And I thought it was delicious. Couldn't quite put it in the exceptional category, but as high as it would go below that at 3.75. That was really, really good.
Yeah, the Gruit Ale is, definition-wise, is any ale, any brew that uses a herbal mixture as flavoring or bitterness agent in place of hops. So it's a beer, has no hops, and they can really use whatever they want, herb-wise, to get some flavor in there. So, yeah, I've heard of these, but I've never, ever seen one. So,
first time, yeah, I checked out their website before I went there today just to see what they might have, and it turns out today is February 1st. It's apparently
International Gruit Day. I just saw that.
Yeah. So my first visit to the Fermentorium was on Gruit Day, so I did get to try their
That's cool.
Their pilot series. I think it was called 0x5A pilot 0x5A Gruit 2019. So that was pretty cool. And I just did a flight of some of their other beers, all pretty good. I mean, actually, all really good. I had the best double IPA I've ever had, if you don't count 120 minute from Dogfish Head.
So it's not the best you ever had.
Yeah, but that's not really. I mean, it's a double IPA, but it's not really a double IPA.
Okay.
And not in taste in any way. It's as far as double IPAs go. When you expect a double IPA to taste a certain way, Underwater Panther from the Fermentorium was fantastic.
All right.
Milk stout, barley wine. Oh, I do want to talk about this barley wine series. They call it Bootlegger's Mark. This is the 2017 bourbon barrel aged series of English barley wines.
At the Fermentorium.
The Fermentorium. Excellent beer. I had a taster of it today, 4.5. And then I was like, oh, man, I should get all 4 of them. So they have the bourbon barrel aged one, the rum barrel aged one, a Pinot Noir aged one, and a rye whiskey barrel aged. They come in 16.9 ounce cans, but they're $16 a can. And I thought to myself, nah.
Is that much different than other barrel aged beers, though?
Well, 16. I don't know how big 16.9 ounces is. Isn't that's just over a pint? So, yeah, I mean, I guess if you're looking at $21 for a bourbon county,
yeah,
at a pint 9 ounces,
or $55, but yeah,
or $55 for a pint 9. Yeah, I guess it's kind of on the mark, but when you think about buying it in a 4-pack, you know, we're like Veneration 4-pack. $16. We're like, $16 for a 4-pack.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I just yawned really big.
So a 4-pack of 16.9 ounce cans for $64. That's not something I could have. I can't swallow that.
Too egregious for you.
I mean, I really want to try them all.
You did though.
No, I tried one.
Oh, I thought you tasted them all.
No, they only had the bourbon barrel one on taster. So there's 3 that I haven't had.
Well, you know Russian River, right? Pliny the Elder.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know they're considered the number 2 brewery in the world?
What?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like the headline just says that Russian River Brewing rated number 2 in the world. I don't know
in the world.
I don't know who did that rating. I don't know what that's based upon. That's just what it says. So anyway, that's not really what I'm talking about. You know, they have Pliny the Elder, which is a sought after Imperial IPA. Is that right? Is it Imperial? I think.
Yeah, it's a DIPA.
Yeah, and but they also have Pliny the Younger,
Mm-hmm.
which is an IPA that from what I understand, it's not bottled. It is only in kegs, and you get it
Yeah.
around San Francisco, Northern California area on a certain day, and that day is coming up, and people are already lining up.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about this last year because remember I was in Florida last year for the same show I was just at, and I met up with my friend Mike Bullock, who gave me the bottle of Pliny the Elder, brought it home, and I think when we did that Pliny the Elder review, we were talking about Pliny the Younger,
Yep.
and that it was right around this time last year that they were going to launch the new version of it, I guess, or whatever they do.
Yeah. So they did, and people started lining up yesterday, I guess. So I guess it's being tapped this weekend, I guess.
I was going to say, I hope they're tapping it this weekend if people are lining up today.
I would hope so.
Lining up for a week in advance.
Now, I came across a really interesting article. I'll put the link in the doobly-doo below the video. But it is from Forbes, which I really don't like Forbes anymore. They do some stupid articles. But they had an article about how artificial intelligence is being used to make beer. So when you first read that, I'm like, oh, cool. Let's see what this is about. Then as you read it, it's like, okay, it wasn't that interesting. But basically,
what exactly is Pliny the Younger, though?
We're not even talking about that anymore. I've already moved on. Son of a bitch. Fine. Let's go back because Chad wasn't paying attention. Pliny the Younger. Let me Google that for you, sir. Let me Google that for you. Pliny the Younger is from Russian River. It is also a double IPA,
Oh, it is a double. Okay.
I think. Let me go through and verify my age. Oh, it's triple.
Okay.
Triple IPA.
Okay. We can move on. I couldn't remember exactly what style it was.
It's almost a true triple IPA with triple the amount of hops as a regular IPA. It is extremely difficult, time and space consuming, and very expensive to make. That's why we don't make it more often. The beer is very full-bodied and tons of hop character in the nose and throughout. It is also deceptively well-balanced and smooth. So it's pub draft only, very limited distribution locally and to distributors on draft only. Seasonal released at our pub the first Friday of February. There you go. That's today. And is available for just 2 weeks. Available at select locations. 2019 Pliny the Younger will be available at both downtown Santa Rosa, great place, and their Windsor location. So it is a 10.2 ABV.
Yeah, baba.
Yeah, ABV. So anyway, so artificial intelligence is being used to make beer. So I guess there's this company that does AI, and so I think the headline was deceptive, but I mean, it's Forbes. Pretty much everything they write anymore is deceptive. They had a company called Intelligent X. They wanted a way to use the data that breweries gather better because they have all this point of sale data and all this shit like that. But what they started doing was they created 4 different varieties of beers called Black AI, Golden AI, Pale AI, and Amber AI. Then they asked the customer to follow a URL link that's provided on the bottle to give their feedback through Facebook Messenger. Ugh. No thanks.
Not for me.
By answering a series of 10 questions, 80% of the customers who followed the link had given the company more than 100,000 data points. So what happens is the artificial intelligence algorithm processes this data and then makes suggestions to the brewmaster as to what he can change. So it's not really brewing the beer.
Yeah, that sounds...
And then the brewmaster can be like, meh, fuck you, AI. Yeah, or you can say, all right, I'll give it a shot. So it just sounds like you're getting the data from the customer, putting it together, and taking suggestions based off of that, right? I mean, That's not what I was thinking when I read the headline.
Hmm.
Like I thought Alexa was coming out and giving you the ingredients. Alexa, why does my beer suck? Why does
Hey,
anybody-
don't say that too loud. She's going to
I
respond.
don't have it, Alexa, so
I do.
I know. So the last story that I have, I think, is kind of a funny story. There's a Tennessee woman who got pulled over by the cops. And it says after a high-speed chase. I really don't know how high-speed it was.
I just saw the headline. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
They crashed into a ditch and quickly sped away. She eventually came to a stop. She and her passenger were ordered to get out of the car. Myers then proceeded to chug a beer while being handcuffed. They'll never take me alive. What beer, officer?
It's
Look at her right here. I don't know if you can see this picture right here.
There's no beer in this can.
She's
It's
right
'cause
there.
It's laying on the ground.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's get it. I can. So here it is. There she is. We'll do a little zoom action here. Nope, not letting me. But if you can, I'll do it. YouTube's right there. And so they're laying on the ground, chugging a beer. It's absolutely hilarious.
That's impressive to lay on the ground and chug a beer. I don't think I could do that.
It says while being handcuffed. Although in that shot, she wasn't being handcuffed right then. But
Yeah, I don't think I could be horizontal and chug a
right,
beer.
I was actually thinking that too. You're laying on your stomach and you're. I don't know. That would be tough.
Because you would almost, I mean, when you're horizontal, you have to force it into your stomach. You know, there's no gravity aided transport.
What?
Well, that's how beer gets to your stomach normally, gravity aided transport. You know, a little GAT.
Little gat. What just happened? We just lost this. Just lost this
What's
show.
that on Great Lakes Brewing? I like that brewery.
They are scheduled to release Chill Wave, which looks like another IPA. It's an annual release of Chill Wave, a double IPA.
More IPAs.
More IPAs. When's IPA time going to be over? I don't think so.
It's never going to end.
No.
It will never end. It might get a little less popular at some point, maybe, but it will never truly end.
All right. Well, fine.
Are you almost done with your?
No, I don't have to drink it. That's not the whole this show. That's the other show, dude. Jeez.
No, I just wondered where. Wondered. We're not talking. We're not talking about the beers we're drinking. I'm just curious as to.
Did you hear what Sam Adams was doing, or what they did?
Well, more information. What did Sam Adams do?
They put out a beer called the Goat.
Oh yes, I did. Yeah, I heard
Tom
about this.
Brady beer.
Yeah.
I would buy it just to throw it away.
I'll buy it and then put it about 400 yards out and see if I can knock it off a stick with my 6.5 Creedmoor.
And he comes around the corner. Sack. Yeah.
I would too. I think that'd be fun.
We should do that. Put that on video.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're spending the money on the beer.
And the ammo and the guns and
Yep.
yeah.
It's all you.
I'll do it. I think it sounds fun.
I think it sounds fun.
I'm in.
The beer runs limited to 199 crowlers in honor of Brady's 2000 draft position.
Crowlers? You can only get in a crowler?
I don't fucking know. I really don't care that much. I didn't want to spend this much time on it. I just saw the headline go by. But I think that's it.
Oh, I could get a crowler from probably 600
Trump turning
yards.
our frogs gay?
All right. Well,
Why have one when you can have them both?
that's it, kids.
Good times.
Good time. I'm going to to finish this beer. And then I'm going to get another one.
I think I will do the same.
All right, later, guys. Be sure to check us out Wednesdays. Well, actually, this week it's Thursday. But we're going to have Eric on the show Thursday.
Yeah, Mr. Chicago Beer.
And then the week after that, I think we are having Darwin on from Darwin Reviews on YouTube. So got to confirm that. And then after that is Three Sheeps, right? Greg from Three Sheeps will be joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Greg, another Greg, from Untapped will be joining us. And after that, we have David Nielsen, who is Cicerone certified and teaches tasting classes and food pairing classes with beer. So that'll be a fun conversation. That's the first Wednesday in March. So,
Yeah, got some good interviews coming up. We're looking forward to these.
it'll be fun. All right, guys. Thanks for joining
Prost.
us. And, yeah. Cheers to you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I'm glad the polar vortex is left.
Yeah, no shit.